we did just want to do a Q&A today. I suppose, do you regret buying your new build? As of today, so many steps have been made. So kids anytime soon. Why not a new build?
Or any of the other potentials that we've been to see this past couple of days.
Right everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm back with another video. I hope you're well. A bit of a different one today, and definitely just a Q&A. I just want to start with sort of the rebrand of the channel, which you should have all noticed. Just basically why I decided to do that was, this is very much mine and Katie's journey now. I think the last few weeks have definitely sort of made us solidified that. Like, it's not that when I started the channel and we first moved in I was like, oh, we're gonna break up or anything, but I didn't know how serious I would, like, not how serious, but how long I was gonna like keep doing videos. I definitely didn't think I would have been by this stage, or if I was, it would have been like when, like, so for example when we did the living room, it would have been just, that would have been a video, and then you would have got one a few months later when we did the downstairs toilet. It wouldn't have been as consistent. So I just felt like the time was definitely right to sort of rebrand it. And Katie as well, like from the beginning to now, she's just sort of grown into the channel more and being on camera a lot more. So it's definitely, I do view it as like our channel and our journey. But we did just want to do a Q&A today as well, because there's just been so much questions about moving house, getting a new car, why like we're selling. So I guess we'll get into, I suppose, do you regret buying your new build? For me, no. Like, no. I don't regret it. It got us on the market. It made us realise like we definitely can live together, and which is the most important thing.
I mean, I think we already knew that though. Because of COVID, we were just in my mum and dad's, just stuck, pretty much in my bedroom, like living out of the bedroom. So I think we kind of already knew it, but it was just
to see sort of with, like, because at your mum and dad's you don't have like the pressure of like just little bills and stuff as well. So, but yeah, we've managed all right with that. I don't regret it. There's no like problem. There's no like problem with the house or anything.
No, we do love this house.
Which I suppose brings us perfectly on to why we're looking to move, and I'll let Katie sort of explain as well, so I'm not just talking all the time.
Well, yeah, like I was just about to say there, like obviously we love this house. We definitely weren't looking. It was a case of, I was, like many people possibly are the same, but whenever I'm bored, got nothing to do, I sit and I scroll on Rightmove, just because one, I'm nosy, and I like to see other houses and what people have done with houses. Two, I'm quite weird and I really like floor plans. I don't know why, I just like to see how the house looks outside and then how it actually works, like, and how the floor plan is. I really like floor plans for some reason. So when I'm bored, I just sit and have a little nose and just see what there is. And yeah, I wasn't scrolling and came across the property that we did go and view, and was like, oh Liam, look at this. And it was like, oh, that's actually a really like amazing, like that would be a great like property to move into. And then obviously, just in terms of why necessarily we were looking and why we then decided, oh yeah, we'll go and we'll see it, and then we've progressed further, is purely down to space. Now, absolutely not saying like this house has got so much space. We've got a lot of room. It's not small for us at all. But over the last couple of weeks, we've had my family dog when my parents were on holiday, and then we've also, when my parents have been on holiday, we've been helping my sister as well with childcare at certain points with our niece, and just watching her a little bit more than what we normally would, because we normally watch her every other weekend or something like that. But like I took a day and like we had her during the week and things like that. So, and when we had the both of them, we kind of realised quite quickly that in the living room and downstairs in particular, not talking about the bedrooms, there's plenty of space in the bedrooms, but downstairs, with how we have our layout at the minute, there just wasn't a lot of space. We had the dog bed that was just in the middle of the floor, and the dog, bless her, she likes to, we've got two little corners with little just bits of carpet where she kind of sits and would move between the two, where she would lie down. But then with our niece as well, running around and like all of her things and stuff like that, it just felt like there wasn't a lot of space. So when we do have kids, it's obviously a bit different. You get all of the furniture, like the Moses baskets, the cot, the little bouncers that you have downstairs pretty much all the time, and then when they get a bit bigger, all of their toys and stuff like that. And it was a case of we both kind of sat, didn't we, and we were like, where would we actually put them?
And just to interrupt, sorry, it was like that wasn't even all of our niece's toys either.
No, it was a very
literally
small
two
amount.
toys and like she has like a little nurse's outfit with all that sort
like
of
a
stuff.
Little like a doctor's little briefcase thing, and it's got all the
and
stuff
it's
in.
like we were just sat there, and we would have to sort of probably move the sofa that's behind the camera right now. We would probably have to just get rid of that.
The love seat,
and it's like,
space.
but then even if we got a dog,
like
where
the bed,
something's
like
gonna that's where the bed would go. So then when we have kids, that's where the toy basket and stuff would go, or box, whatever would go. And it just felt like it just, everything sort of came together at once more than anything, didn't it? It was like you seen this house, we went to look at it, like look outside. It was we liked the look of it, we liked where it was,
like the area and stuff.
We went to view it, which is that I've just seen, and then we've liked it. And I'm not gonna go too far on because I don't want to ruin future videos, but like as of today, so many steps have been made. Like you guys are in for such a bit of a snowball
like
of the next vlogs. It's like there's so much happening now. It's just
go.
Yeah,
really?
it is. It pretty much is. I'm picking, like, I feel like when I pick the camera up, there's just so much purpose and there's so much like to actually tell you. But I just wanted to do this vlog because we've had a lot of questions. So we've covered
comments and stuff.
We've had lots of comments. So then I guess that brings us on to sort of kids anytime soon, and I think we had one about any pets. So yeah, they're both in the future, and that is like a big part of why we're looking to move.
Obviously, with my allergies, it's very particular in terms of what pet we can have, but we definitely, I think, do want to have a dog in the future.
Definitely. That would probably be before a kid as well, wouldn't it?
Probably, I would imagine,
So
but we just got to look at certain breeds.
But sort of speaking of the potential house, someone's asked what's the favourite room of the potential new house. I'll let Katie go first.
Kitchen.
The kitchen. I think surprisingly mine is as well.
When I'm not, and I said it in the last vlog that went out when we were driving there, that the cupboards weren't to my taste. No. But my friend has recently done her kitchen, but not ripped it out. What she's done is she's bought cupboard paint and painted our cupboards and then rewrapped our counters and stuff like that. She's done loads. But that made me realise, oh well, actually, because we do because it is, again, I don't know if it shows in the vlog or what, but when we went to see it, and obviously you can feel it and like stuff like that, it was a proper solid granite worktop. Like it was pretty much brand new put in, and it is a very, very solid like worktop. It's a really, it looked like a very expensive worktop, and the cupboards, the estate agent did say that they are solid wood cupboards, so they're again very expensive, really well done, so we wouldn't want to get rid of them, but the colour is just not to our taste, so we were thinking maybe getting maybe it's a cream or like a more of a white colour for the paint to get that done. But once that's done,
just to modernise it, really, isn't it?
That room is huge.
Massive.
Like the kitchen, even the kitchen area, when we first looked at it, we thought it was a little bit smaller than our physical kitchen area, but actually it's about the same size, if not a little bit bigger.
I would say it's
and then
bigger.
It wraps round into the diner, and the diner was huge. Like we were looking and we were going, our dining table that we've got that we love is going to look tiny in that space. Like it's huge. Like
Definitely.
It's just huge.
I'll change up because like everything Katie's just said, like I mirror as well, so I'll probably change it up. I think for me, the living room, because it's a different shape, I'm excited to see what we can do in that one, because I almost feel like you could break it off into two different sort of rooms, but within the same room. Like we wouldn't put a wall up or anything.
Just make it feel small.
Like I'm already thinking about, because there's like a patio door at the end of the living room, isn't there? I'm already thinking about just totally knocking that like wall through and having like two big panes of window instead, or something like that, where we can get so there's but I think what really intrigues us the most is the loft, like the room. Like I think I'm really excited for the loft room, but more like the space around the loft, because I just feel like we're never gonna be like, oh, let's just chuck that in the garage. It's going to be like chucked in and around the loft, but it just feels
There's
better
so
when it's
much
indoors,
space.
doesn't it? It's like,
It's mental. Like, you're never gonna be in a situation where you're like, oh, there's no space.
yeah, and that was a massive
Mental.
factor going into it, but I'll not like keep
Yeah.
getting back into that. Why not a new build? I just think like, well, for me, I always knew our next move wasn't going to be into another new build. I always said, I was like, if we do move from this one, because when we did buy it, we weren't like,
No,
it wasn't necessarily named a forever home,
No.
but although the Instagram that for the house count is, but it's more just that's just like your journey that you're on, isn't it? So I think for me, it was just, I knew that the next one wouldn't be a new build. I think just you have to sort of almost be in the right place at the right time for any house, but I think a new build as well, to upgrade, it would have to be a 4-bed, because the 3 beds are all similar. They're all like, one's got a massive upstairs, one the downstairs is bigger, and one sort of somewhere in the middle. So it would have just been like a sideways step either way with a new build. So I suppose that's my thoughts behind why it's not a new build.
Yeah, and I think just to like sort of mirror that, it's pretty much the same, and we do just want the challenge of like, it's livable. There's like not like, it's not like a proper rental, but it's just exciting. It's like, we do like DIY, we do like to do things to the house, we do like to decorate, things like that, so it's just, it'll be exciting to do it on a much bigger scale.
Exactly.
So
the next one, have you found out if a mortgage lender is prepared to lend you what you require? Well, haven't. I would be shocked though, because when we came for this house, we were allowed to lend more
we've
than
already,
what this house is worth.
We haven't got a mortgage in principle, but we've used the mortgage calculator to find out our borrowing potential, and our borrowing potential is a lot more than the price of the property that we would be if we go for this one, or any of the other potentials that we've been to see this past couple days.
Spoiler alert there, guys.
Oh,
that's fine. It's
sorry.
fine. I was gonna sort of say it, but we have been to sort of look at
just
houses.
other options, isn't it?
Just to keep options
just
open.
with it's just to give us other options.
Yeah.
But anyway, the borrowing potential is a lot higher than what we would be, like the value would be. So when you then put in like, if we were to sell and continue going forward, then what we need to put into that property, and then what we would have spare, things like that, we've got more. There's enough borrowing potential there, so we aren't necessarily worried about that. But because of the situation with the potential property, we aren't able to go forward and get a mortgage in principle. Like, at this stage, we would have to do that later on. So that's why we did the mortgage calculator instead, to see what our borrowing power would be.
Yeah, definitely. What will you miss about your home? For me, it'll be the garden, because we don't have as big of a garden. And it's hard to explain. Like, I think I really love the idea of having a garden, but this year we've had non-stop rain in August, and then we're going away anyways. Like, we will go away most summers, and it's like, you can always go out, or you end up with friends and families.
Yeah, and there is space. It's just not.
It's not as big.
As here,
like a different shape as well, isn't it? So for me, it'll be the garden. But then, like, the more I think about it, it's like, it's more of just it's being greedy. It would be like, just because we've got a garden currently that's big. But yeah, that's what I'll miss probably the most, because I do think everything else is a substantial upgrade, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I would probably agree. The garden.
And just a sentimental, that's probably what you'll miss the most, isn't it? Like, the memories that we've made. Like, it is our first home, so it is going to be, I mean, like, Katie's already been emotional a few times, bless her, and it's like, when it does come to that day, it like, I'll probably be a bit upset where we hand the keys over. And we were actually watching Fab and Elle's moving vlogs yesterday, and they were in the car going, I think it was Wagamama's, and Fab said, oh, that's it now, we can't go back to that house. And that was when you said, oh, you better not say anything like that, because I'll really start bawling. And it's like, like, when you actually realise, oh, And it'd probably
it.
be weird if, like, in your car when it brings up your route home, it'll probably be trying to bring you back here as well.
Yeah, because Google Maps does, doesn't
Yeah.
it? The second that you get in the car, it tries to tell me to go to work, how long
Yeah.
it'll take to get to work, so it's registered that, and then how long it takes to then get home. It even has it registered. It's quite funny because we do our food shop religiously on
Yeah, on
Thursday.
Thursday.
So every time after work, when I get back in the car, it doesn't say, oh, how long to take to get to home or to work. It says how long to get to Aldi.
Yeah.
So it's quite
Funny like that, isn't
little
it?
things like that. Yeah, but
Another one away from the house. Why did you get a new car? Just basically, I was just paying far too much on the car that I had. When you factor in, we're looking to move.
yeah.
I know some people probably be thinking, oh, but you've got a mini 3-door. How's that going to be good for when you have kids? I mean, we're not thinking of kids. There's so much many more steps before we have
even
kids.
still, obviously we're not going to say, I don't think we've actually said what my new car is online. I think we were going to do like a reveal when I do pick it up. But obviously well before we'd even considered moving house or anything like that, and I'm due up on the end of my finance for my car, I've ordered a new car, which is a mini SUV. Obviously, small spoiler.
Yeah.
But it's not too much of a surprise because my car currently is a mini SUV, so it's a similar size. So even with the mini, with my new car, when we get that, we still, if things changed quickly and then we did sort of have a kid sooner than we thought, we've got my car that is a mini SUV, and we've got multi-car insurance on my insurance, so we're both insured on both cars anyway, so we could, if we needed to go somewhere, we've got a bigger car, and then you've got your little one anyway, so we're kind of covered from both sides.
It was just made sense to cut a cost that we can, whilst we're still, it is just the two of us, and we're looking to move house and all that sort of stuff. Just, I think it's something everyone's doing at the minute, really, isn't it? Like, where can you cut costs and stuff like that? Like, I already know when we move into the new home, I won't be getting BT, because it's just, the prices are just like, ridiculous. 1 month it's 55, the next month it's 90, and you're like, I've not even watched the telly, so I don't understand what's going on.
Yeah, but then also, just on the car, it gives you an opportunity to have your fun car.
Yeah, fun car.
I obviously had my Mini when I was a bit younger, I was about a year and a bit after. It was about a year and a bit after I was driving. I went and upgraded from my little Ford to a Mini and had my fun, sporty, run around type car that I loved. And then obviously I got rid of that when that became unreliable. Got my car, which is a bit more of a reliable, like, responsible car.
Yeah,
kind of.
that's what I would say, responsible car, isn't it?
And then you got your car, which was more of a responsible car. When you first passed, you didn't get your fun run around to have that. I feel like everybody in life has that like fun car that they drive. So it's good that you get the opportunity to get yours before everything gets more serious.
And it is fun. I will just say, I absolutely love it.
These are great.
A few like just fun ones now. Favorite homeware store. Like, sort of quick fire, I'm going to honestly go with that new Barker and Stonehouse that you'll see in an upcoming vlog.
Yeah.
That was unreal.
Yeah, mine, it's a toss-up between Next or Dunelm. I absolutely love both of them.
Go to a McDonald's order. I think the 20 nuggets is always a staple for me, and probably is a Big Mac, although I have been like getting a cheeseburger and a chicken meal and putting them together.
Yeah. And then mine, the minute it's probably triple cheeseburger, and then either chicken selects or chicken nuggets is a meal, either or. But we're quite weird, aren't we? We quite like to have both the beef, like a burger, and then like the chicken, like nuggets or like selects or whatever. We like to mix and match.
Favourite Starbucks drink, for me, white mocha, caramel syrup, caramel sauce.
Yeah, and mine, I don't think they do it this year, which is really, really upsetting, but my all-time favourite one, summer-wise, is the peach citrus green tea lemonade, which I've not been able to get this year, which is really upsetting. Like, there's variants of it, and there's somewhere I've had a peach tea, and then they've gone, oh, do you want us to add citrus? So it's kind of similar, but it's not the full thing. And then my winter drink absolutely has to be the toffee nut latte. Unreal.
Favourite cuisine, is that just like Italian?
Well, yeah, it's like Italian, Chinese, Thai, whatever. Mexican.
Yeah, Italian.
Absolutely.
Oh, yours Mexican.
Yeah. I love it.
Right, and everyone, that is all of the questions answered. I hope you have enjoyed, and if you do have any more questions, definitely put them in the comments down below. I'd definitely plug the Instagram and you can sort of message us on there. They are sometimes hidden, which I don't always check, so if it does take a while to sort of see it and get back to you, maybe just leave a comment on one of the posts as well, just say, oh, like, check DM or something like that. But yeah, I just want to say thanks for the support recently on the channel. It has been great since coming back, and that there's so many surprises coming up. I really feel like the rebrand of the channel, nothing's really going to change, but I just think it's sort of, the rebrand signifies sort of a new start and like what's to come, and
potentially
we
don't know yet.
I do think there's just, I don't know, like there's so much happening, there's so much I don't want to spoil right now, because even when this Q&A comes out, it'll be the latest video, but it's still going to be, there's no spoilers bar have you looked at any more houses, which was a question, that was it, and Katie sort of answered. But yeah, like there's just so much to come, so I hope you have enjoyed. Please subscribe to the channel, like the video and all that good stuff, and we'll catch you on Thursday.